Hello, hello. This is Kim Beegler, owner of Ewethful Fiber Mill, and I'm sitting here in the mill today in, where am I? Halsey, Oregon. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, I talk a lot. I am heavy wool, a lot of wool talk because I own a wool mill, but this episode is one I only do about once a month where I'm doing a catch up on some of the stuff I have been working on personally, like my knitting, my hand spinning, all that stuff. So welcome. If you're coming back, it's been a bit, but let's do this, right? Let's get into some. I have been doing some making at home. Let's start with knitting. So you've seen this before if you have been watching for a while, and if not, here it is. So this is the hand spun cotton. Let me show you the yarn. Hand spun cotton. This is my first bigger hand spun project. And this is just it's gonna be a tank top. Just a little light tank top, so I could wear it underneath things. I could wear it as a tank top. I did the fabric tight enough so that I could wear it alone without it having to be part of a layer or something. So I am so excited. This is coming along. I've been cranking on it a little bit more lately. I haven't been doing a ton of knitting this summer because it's farm season, it's harvest season for us. In addition, I take on all the farm duties of our animals. And then I'm growing flowers this year, which has taken me a joyous amount of time, but like it takes a fair amount of time. Every morning and every evening, I'm out there doing something with those flowers. So if you're local and you need a flower bomb, just let me know because I got a lot of flowers. Anyway, here she is. I am not finding it to be bothering my hands in the same way when I knit commercially processed cotton yarn. And I don't know if that's, maybe it is because it's only a 2-ply, it's a thinner weight yarn, and maybe it's just the way I spun it. It's probably not, I don't know. So anyway, it's coming along. The next thing I'm knitting on, I just have the swatch fork, but it's big because it is tied to something big and outside what I usually am doing. So this is, you ready for this? This is my swatch. Yes, you can see right through that little sucker. And yes, it is only a single of this. Can you all believe this? So this is Lamana. It is Super Kid Mohair and Silk. It is a lace weight yarn. I am knitting it by itself. There is no held together here. So why am I doing this? Well, this will become, can you believe that color though? This will become the Luna de Plata sweater. This sweater is being knit because I am going on the Fruitty Knitting retreat in February of 2025. And if you have not watched the Fruitty Knitting channel, it's on YouTube. Madeline I should say Andrea. Andrea is the mom. Madeline is the daughter. Andrea is the one that's been doing it the whole time. They have this YouTube channel that is absolutely amazing to watch. This is their sole source of income that is supported via Patreon, and they are amazing. So thoughtful on, besides Andrea being a prolifically amazing knitter, and she shares so much of that in the videos, but they just are so mindful about the people that they interview, the places they go, taking us along on all of this, textile artists of all kinds. It's fabulous. So if you haven't watched it, check out Fruitty Knitting. I can't believe how many people have not watched that podcast. I am endlessly shocked. They have a huge following, but a lot of people haven't watched it. It's amazing. I think the best produced of any knitting podcast. You are welcome to call me out in the comments if you don't agree, or if you have another one that's just as good, let me know for sure. Let all of us know. Anyway, Fruitty Knitting, and Claudia is coming along, the designer of this sweater. Her and Andrea are actually the ones that are putting the retreat on together. Madeline will be there too, and I think Claudia's assistant is there too. So Claudia is the designer of this sweater. The first workshop is learning to embroider on your knitwear. And for some reason I chose the hardest, not the hardest, but I just was like, if I'm doing this thing that is kind of outside my element to go on this knitting retreat, and Mitch is coming with me, we're extended our stay, so we're staying a couple extra days. And anyway, this is just, it's hard for us to get away from the farm and farm life. So this is huge for us. And I thought, I'm just going all in on this. And they sent us some patterns that we could do the embroidery on if we wanted to, 2 sweaters that Claudia had designed. And I chose this one because I thought this is also outside my comfort zone. Let me go ahead and knit this. And also that color, come on. I actually am going to try to knit the other sweater too. We'll see how this goes. Or at least neither of them have to be done. So that's the plus, because I think you all know, if you know me, I'm not the fastest sweater knitter. Anyway, so here's the thing about this sweater. Not about the sweater, about knitting with this yarn. For me, it was like, I need to find the perfect needles for this, because otherwise I'm going to lose my mind. So I have run through a whole series of needles, and do you know where I ended up landing on my set that I have, which I have the highest, the interchangeables. What I hadn't tried was with the bamboo. And as it turns out, the highest with the bamboo is where it's at. I have shifted over the years where I am not a big metal needle knitter. I kind of made that shift before I started hand spinning, got into the metal needles. They're so smooth, they're so fast, all those things. It's not why I'm crafting anymore, to be fast to begin with. And because I knit with so many things that are more rustic, I just don't enjoy the metal all the time. And if I'm doing something like this, the metal is too slick for me because of the things that I generally knit with. So I went all around in circles. I did want to share with you one thing that I did circle around with, because I have a few of these kits in the shop. This is the Knit Picks, some of their new stuff. This is like their Mindful collection, and this is their little lace kit. I'll put a few of them up in the online shop. So it comes with a ton of stuff. Like, it's got the needles, and I wouldn't say these are not like super sharp. I would say they're on par with my Hayas as far as sharpness. They're kind of the standard Haya, but it comes with like a needle gauge. There's a little pouch in here that comes with like a million things. Cables, it comes with stitch markers, just all sorts of great stuff. So here's what, while I am not going to knit the sweater with these because of the metal, I'm going to show you the thing that is bomb about these. Is what I did love was the cables. Oh my gosh. So these are like the memory-free cables. So they don't coil up constantly, like when you're knitting and then they're coiling, especially if you're doing, oh my gosh, they just like lay like that. Okay, those are amazing. So I do love these cables. Anyway, they're great needles. I think the set comes, I'll put it up on the website, but it's like starts at like 2.5 and maybe goes up to, oh, I have it right in front of me, don't I? It starts at 2.5 and goes up to 8, US size 8. Anyway, if you're interested, I'll have them on the website, because this cable could be life-changing for you. It was pretty awesome to work with. So I have decided, like I said, on my Hayas. That's what we're doing. And I'm very excited. The swatch is done. I've got to block it, and then we're moving on. But I think I'm pretty good on gauge. We'll find out. But I always tend to have to knit a size down because I'm a pretty loose knitter. I use a size, you know what I'm saying. You know. Okay, so that's where we're at with knitting. I'm going to be knitting a lot of sweater stuff, which is great. And I'm very excited about the retreat. I will, of course, keep you up to date on things that are going on with it. And when I'm there, I will get lots of wonderful videos and images from being there. Very excited. And we had a Zoom call like 2 weeks ago with all 3 of them, and then all the different, so they're doing, I think there's 4 sessions over a month, and just back to back. And so you could be in group 1 through, I think, group 4. And so we were all on this Zoom call, and at the end we talked about the patterns, and then at the end we all introduced ourselves. And by the end we were all so excited, like so incredibly excited. So I'll keep you informed in that big exciting thing for us. Okay, hand spun. So I've been knitting a lot of hand spun cotton, and I do have a video of hand spinning up. Let me find it. This little baby. So this is 100% cotton, and my mother-in-law just texted me. I flower bombed them this morning. 100% cotton. This is cotton I spun off the seed, which I have a video of. This is from Hawaii that my friend Wendy brought back and shared some of it with me. This was actually what instigated us. This cotton is what instigated us to take the cotton spinning class. She decided she wanted to learn it, to spin that cotton from when she was on a trip there. And I was like, okay, why not, right? Who knew the rabbit hole I was going down? I mean, I should know because it's me, but so I will share that video here in a minute, but I wanted to share with you the other cottons that I spun up. I've talked with you about them before, but this is the cotton from Fox Fibers. She is in California, and this is 100% organic, natural colored cotton. Okay, you all. Here's the first one. This has been done. Oh, I don't know. I think I have a video on me boiling this. Maybe it's just from Patreon, but if I do still have it, I'll throw it in there too. I'll talk about that in a minute. Look at that color. Can you believe it? I was like, I need all of this. Okay, now here's the big one. And this did change color because I boiled it. So after you spin it, ply it, to finish it, I chose to boil it. And the reason being that it can change the color a bit. And I mean, it sets it, right? Cotton clothes, if you run them through the washer on hot, they're gonna shrink. So if you run it through some boiling water, all your shrinkage is gonna get taken away too. I can't even. Okay, are you ready for this? I'm gonna show you this tiny little sample. This is all I had left, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't save more. So here is this tiny little sample of the other cotton, natural colored, organic, very short staple length. I would not start spinning cotton with this. I wouldn't. I would start on Woolery. They have a cotton that is easy spin cotton top. That is where I would start. Actually, I would start by trying to do poonies yourself, hand carding them at home, because I think that's the easiest, and then moving up to the top. But that Woolery top is going to be the easiest place to start. I could talk forever about cotton, but just another quick, maybe I'll do a audio podcast about it. Do not try to pre-draft your cotton. It will not work. You have to spin it long draw. You cannot pre-draft it. Okay, so here we go. This is before I finished it. Ready? What? And it's not even showing up as well as I would like it to. You can see how different that is, but it's like an army, light army green. I was dead. I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely stunning. So look at it. And then we've got our Hawaii, which the Hawaii cotton was by far the whitest. And then here is, so you can see all the different colors there. This is, I'm pretty sure this was the Woolery cotton, the easy spin cotton. And that's kind of your natural color of your average cotton. It has a little bit of a cream effect to it. I actually just got US made, US grown cotton and made in the US washcloths. I think from, I can't remember the name of the company, and they're that color. That's the color. So anyway, oh, I actually was like, I need more. I need more. I'm a cotton spinning addict, you all. And I actually, it's taken a bit, but I think I have gotten past the biggest part of the hump. I'm not gonna say that this is, I definitely had to, I spun this onto bobbins, then I re-spun it onto storage bobbins. So not spun it, but I moved it onto storage bobbins and then plied off of that, because there is some curly cues and all that. But it's knitting up really well, so it's okay. Okay, so there you go. Spinning. And I do spin wool, you all. I have one more thing to show you. I am spinning still some Cheviot at home from a huge fleece. You all have seen that. This is something else I just finished. Here's my wool spin. I love this. This is from Lanny's Lana, who I am obsessed with. She's in California. I'm obsessed with all of her wool. I'm debating buying the yarn for the other sweater for the retreat from her, because I haven't used her yarn. I've only hand spun. And yes, I did buy more stuff from her at Oregon Flock and Fiber. This is from Black Sheep Gathering in the early summer. She had one little bat that she had made and dyed up. There it is. And it's like I think it's mainly Rambouillet. There's my washer. Okay, so I am hand spinning. This may end up in the hand spun fundraiser that we're doing, which will end in the next month because it's almost election season. But I love it. Lanny's Lana, check her out. If you haven't checked out, she has yarn and she has wool top that is really beautiful to spin, really beautiful, and natural colors. There's my hand spun. Okay, All right, you all, I am spinning the last of this cotton that I have. This is from Hawaii. My friend Wendy brought it back. And basically all I do to prep it is like, it's kind of in this little pile. So I just find the seed and kind of split them out, not in any sort of perfect, and I just line them up so that I can just be ready to go. You can see I have my book here, Beginning Cotton Spinning on a Wheel. Great little resource book if you can't get to a class with her or one of the other cotton spinners. But let's go over here and we'll see. I've got to put you a little bit far away because otherwise I can't spin very well with this cotton. So I just took an allergy pill, you all. I do all these flowers and it turns out I created a pollinating nightmare for my allergies, but still morning and night I am in them. Okay, so my wheel is set up with the fastest. I've got the drive band set so that I have the fastest twist going in. I have the lightest tension basically I can get, and I've got my cotton ball. So I'm just using like a little tip of it to attach, and then we run with it. And I'm just kind of holding on to the seed here. Actually, I'm not. I'm holding just below the seed. Soon enough, I will get to a point. And you do need to use, I find you do with the cotton bowls, you do need to use your hand, your front hand a little bit, just for a little extra pressure because you're pulling the cotton off of that bowl. So let's do another one. See, I just find, and the twist is going in very fast because this is a really short staple. And then you just start pulling backwards. And I'm using my hand still super light when I do use it, but I'm using it definitely a little bit more than I would if I was doing like a cotton top or even probably a puni. And I'm just kind of circling around that seed until I get to where I can just hold on to it. And if you need to fix something, you know, it's just like anything you can just do. It's actually a little easier than with a lot of wools because the staple is so short. And let me see if I can get in closer here for this one. It's hard for me to spin it long draw and keep it in the screen if I'm this close, but we'll see if I can do it. So I've got my attachment going there. Not the most beautiful. You can see it's a little harder for me. I'm used to pulling back. I may have to just go back out to, so it shouldn't be quite so. And then I just kind of work around the seed. And I actually think that this is, it's kind of like spinning a puni a little bit, except not at all. Spinning from a puni. And apparently a puni is literally refers to basically carded, like hand carded, those little rolls, but with cotton, which I didn't know before I started spinning cotton. So that's how you spin cotton from the bowl, straight from the seed. And then I get to the seed. And I have found, I can't imagine, especially learning to do this on an e-spinner, because the easiest thing for me to do is slow my feet down. Oops, sorry you all. When things get a little hairy. Let me grab another one. We'll do one more. So it's really easy to slow your feet down. This is not the prettiest spun yarn, but I'm trying to keep in camera. Usually I would be drafting way back, which would help with some of the issues I'm having, but I want you to actually see what I'm doing. And then maybe we'll go back one more step. And you can see when I'm doing full long draw what's happening. We're down to like the last four, and I just want to show you after I finish this one, we'll pull back so you can see just a little bit more what this looks like when I'm doing a full draw on it. I think that's far enough back. We'll find out, but I did transfer this onto storage bobbins, or I will. I transferred the first one. You can see that's a little bit smoother when you can actually pull yourself all the way out. So I transferred onto storage bobbins because these are not the most perfect skeins. And I find that it's easier for me to ply if it's on a storage bobbin. And I'll show you the difference of what it looks like. And this was like 2 ounces, so 1 ounce on each bobbin. I'm just manually transferring. Okay, let me show you the storage bobbin. All right, so here's the bobbin I just finished, and you can see there's some pigtails here and there, and there's some overspun spots. Not a big deal. With cotton, it's very forgiving because it is so soft. And here is my one that I put onto a storage bobbin, so a lot just cleaner. And I was able to get a lot of the kinks out along the way while I was doing this, and so it'll make plying so much easier. So with all my cotton, I'm putting it onto storage bobbins, which basically is just pulling it off of this and rewinding it onto another bobbin, an empty bobbin. So there you go. Time to ply. Okay. 2 more things I was going to talk about. One, because I do a lot of knitting, a lot of us, nobody talks about it. It's like the hidden thing, but I know a lot of us suffer from issues from knitting, crocheting, all the making that we do, the repetitive motion. So I bought, this is the Knitting PT on Instagram. I'll put her info in the show notes. The Knitting PT, easy to find her. Andrea Lou is her name. And so I ordered this from her, and it is my obsession at night. So I do a lot of stretches. I exercise a fair amount to begin with. Then I do a lot of upper body stretches right before I'm going to bed. So after I'm done making, usually I do most of my making at night. That's when I can finally sit down in my craft room. Then I brush my teeth, all that, and I do lots of arm exercises because I tend to have these 2 fingers fall asleep because I'm getting a little pinch in my elbows, especially. And it all right? It starts in your shoulders, it can be in your neck, and then it works its way down. I am not the only one. I know it may not be that symptom, but a lot of us have symptoms from all these repetitive motions. So she has a little kit. It has this putty in it. Oh my God, it's so fun. And actually there's 2 putties. I think this is the lighter weight, and then there is, and if you guys haven't used this, it's really fun. So check her out. And it just you can just pull it out. It's so weird. It is so weird to use, but it's really, don't drop it if you have cats or anything. It will pick up everything on the ground. I found out once. So it's like this putty that you just run through your hands. She includes like a little code so you can go in, and she has a couple videos of just what to do. And then you just and you pop it back in there, and it kind of reforms into the thing. So I do this every night before I go to bed with these, after I do my arm stretches or all of my different hand and arm. So it builds up the muscles in your hands, which are very hard to build up. And I'm telling you, I can feel the difference. The other thing it comes with is these little balls, which are great for, oh my gosh, you guys, you can rub them across your hand. I mean, you can use them anywhere. If up here is bothering you. So it has these 2 different size balls, but it really can get into some of those spots in your hands that are hard to get into. And I swear it's making a difference in my falling asleep and my nighttime sleep stuff. So anyway, I'm like, okay, anyway. Okay, so the Knitting PT, and I think she also has a kit that comes with a little, I think it comes with a hand brace. So if you need that, I didn't get that. But there you go. Something that may help you. And the last thing I wanted to touch bases on was our fundraiser. I talked about it last episode. If you are not behind this, it's okay. You don't have to make any comments. You don't have to leave. I love for conversation to be open, but I love for it to be positive, and I am not trying to insult anybody that does not want Harris and Walls to win. That's all. But if you do, then we are doing this handspun fundraiser where I was going to donate, or I was going to sell some of my handspun to raise money for the election campaign. Well, then other hand spinners started contacting me, and other hand spinners and other hand spinners. So we have sold, I think, about $1,300 worth of handspun from a combined effort from all these spinners and all of you that are buying it. I just wanted to show, I picked up more. There's a fair amount, and I have more to list. But So this is some of my, this is actually cotton and wool, hand spun. So you're buying it as, I was just gonna show you a few of these because there's art yarns. Look at that. There's art yarns. There's natural colored yarns. Oh, this is alpaca, 100% alpaca. It's on the website. Here's another one. Natural colored, all different spinners. Yes, my hairs are on some of them. You all, I picked this up this weekend. This is from Susan in Maine. What? Look at that. This is naturally dyed Corriedale cross. You all, another naturally dyed. This is BFL and silk. So anyway, this is literally just a little jumping off point, and I have more I need to add this weekend. It just takes a lot of time because I got to get pictures in and get all the descriptions up. So bear with me, but there are yarns in there that are absolutely stunning, and I'm going to buy them all. If you don't, I'm just kidding. I can't buy them all, but it's been so amazing. Not only this fundraiser, but I think the connections that it has made for lots of us hand spinners, and for those of you buying the hand spun, to be able to work with other people's yarn. For me to be able to get it in the mail has been so amazing, and I'm so appreciative that you all trust me with it, because it's very hard to let go of your hand spun. If you're not a hand spinner, even just imagine how hard it is to let go of some of the yarns that you love, that you've purchased. And if you spun it yourself, it's really difficult, and it's all beautiful. It's all yarn. It's all something that each of us are making one of a kind, never to be reproduced. So it's been super special on a lot of levels. And to see, even just to see how everybody labels their yarn, how everybody spins their yarn. Thank you for all of you that have participated, whether you have donated or whether you have purchased. Please keep going in and purchasing more. I will donate up until like the last, basically, into October, right? And then it's election time. So if you are wanting Harris to win, this is not over yet. So let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. Okay. I think I covered all of the updates, and we're only at 20 minutes. Hurrah! I will get this up. Hopefully it's Saturday today. I'm hoping to pop it up tonight and do a catch up. And I would love to hear from you all. I love hearing from all of you. And I know there's some new viewers out there and some of you that have been around forever. I appreciate you all. Please comment. I think that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget I have a hand spun audio only podcast, which sometimes I cross post, but a lot of times I do put new stuff up there for them, and they'll probably get this first. So that's exciting. Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. I would love to hear from you so much. Pop onto the website. If you're looking to learn to hand spin, I have a course. I have a long draw course. I've got my Patreon page where community where we just did a wool washing workshop. Next month, I'm going to do long draw workshop. You get early bird notices on Fiber because I do sell it all for the most part. So, okay. Thank you all so much. Until next time, be kind to your neighbors, make so many pretty things, and stay healthy, stay healthy. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for taking time with me.